I'm just fascinated to see how that dynamic works. Like, I'm just intrigued to see, like, who, there's so many moving pieces at the moment. And I'm just intrigued to see how they're all going to fit. Like, it does feel like we have potential to have multiple threats or villains for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or allies. Like, it's like you don't know. We don't quite know what's going to happen with John Walker, and we don't quite know what's going to happen with these flag smashers or whatever they're called, and we don't have know what's going to happen with Zemo now. And yeah, I'm just intrigued to see how it's all going to play out. And I don't know. Like, I'm kind of sad that there's only 6 episodes, but I'm also loving that there's only 6 episodes, because I think it's just showing how concise all these episodes have been so far. And in a weird way, I know it just sounds bad and people might have a go at me for this, but it is making me sort of see more flaws in the Mandalorian because of that. Because it's making me realise, like, this is what the Mandalorian could do. It could give me more character-driven stuff. I feel like I've made a couple of excuses at times for the Mandalorian in terms of, it's still doing all this big budget stuff, so,
yeah,
I give it a pass. But then now it's like, okay, well, the Falcon Winter Soldier's doing that and also giving us, like, great character-driven stuff. And that's not to say that the Mandalorian hasn't done that. It's just that this just seems to be way more focused on that and less on, like you said, Matt, the set pieces, the big reveals, and and I'm just hoping they learn from that in the next seasons.
I think you're completely right, and I think the equivalent of a Mandalorian episode would have been, like, for example, the first 30 minutes in Tunisia last week, or it's not the first 30 minutes, but, like, let's say the first 15, 20 minutes, the action scene with Batroc, that would have been the majority of the episode. There would have been maybe some little plot beat would have been teased, and that would have been your episode of Mandalorian. Yeah. Whereas this is, like, you're right, it's giving you the massive set pieces, which we were floored by, on a TV budget with Mandalorian, and now you're getting the story and the character with it. And I think it's proven to me that, 9 weeks of WandaVision was pretty great, but 6 weeks of WandaVision, an hour each, maybe that would have been better,
Yeah, I do think these 50-minute episodes are perfectly timed, perfectly paced. Like, the first one did leave me wanting more, which isn't a bad thing. And this second one just went by and I was like, that was so much fun. Can I watch it again? I nearly watched it again while I was doing my hair because I enjoyed it. But
I'm also glad it's just different to WandaVision, and that gives me hope that the Star Wars show's coming out. Like, what if Book of Boba Fett was what Falcon Winter Soldier is to WandaVision? Like, imagine if Mandalorian continues, half an hour episodes, quite fast paced, and then Book of Boba Fett is like 6 episodes, an hour long each, and it's like, do you know what I mean? It's like, let's actually dive into the character of Boba Fett, like, and how tragic and awful his life has been.
Yeah,
that would be great.
I think these franchises literally have, like, the power to do anything they want. Do you know what I mean? They could present as a show and we'd all tune in for it. And they literally, with these smaller seasons, they have scope to do whatever kind of show they want. So I reckon just play with it. Just find what works, find what's good. I think it could be really good for them if they keep pushing with development rather than trying to recreate a movie in an episode.
The Force Awakens, The Rise of Skywalker. No, yeah, you're completely right. Like, Disney, they had the number one movie in the world until Avatar beat it again. But let's just say they had the number one movie in the world. Like, they're making all the money.
Jimmy C.
He got them. He slipped right from under their noses.
Jimmy C.
But yeah, like, they do have all the money, they do have all the attention, they do have all the eyes on them. Everyone was going to watch Falcon Winter Soldier, so I feel like, with great power comes great responsibility, and they have a responsibility to show how hard it is to be a black man in America, and Disney have finally shown some balls.
Definitely, 100%. Just quickly, I just want to check up a line that made me really laugh when the Winter Soldier spoke about. Oh, he was like, I read The Hobbit when it first came out in 1937. Like, I like that he's like a hipster about it. And he's like, well,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
That was really funny. And I just like that you can play with stuff like that. I like when they add the jokes to the more, these superheroes of. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, these superheroes they've got these wonderful abilities, and I feel like there's lots of jokes that you can make out of those that you can't make in an everyday show, like that, for example.
I think that they do it well because they, like, sprinkle it on, like, salts, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
They sprinkle these little bits of character in, these little bits of humour, rather than being like, ha, I am 150 years old, do not forget. Because, honestly, I do keep forgetting, because Sebastian Stan does not look 150. And then I keep being like, oh yeah, he is fucking old. Like, it's like the vampires in Twilight when they're like, I'm 17. How long have you been 17? A while.
It might be the Winter Soldier, but he's having his hot girl summer, isn't he?
He's always having his hot.
He's always having his hot girl summer.
It is. It's really strange to see Sebastian Stan because I knew him from Gossip Girl. So to see him like get older and go into the Winter Soldier, and it's an entirely different character. Like in Gossip Girl, he plays.
Is it?
Obviously.
Like Gossip Girl, she's like, oh my god, like Justin's just texted me, and then. Winter Soldier just comes
I just love his metal arm.
Oh my god, that is so chic with like the blue colouring. Is just.
Is this your impression of Gossip Girl?
That's how all the characters in Gossip Girl speak. They just talk about like their problems, just tumbling in money, and they're living in New York, and they're like, oh my god, Justin won't text me back.
There's no character called
Who cares?
Can we do a Gossip Girl podcast where we watch a bunch of good episodes and talk about them on a podcast?
I mean, true story, we were fully down to binge Gossip Girl, and then Netflix took it off. I want to watch it. I want to see what it's all about, you know, because what I've seen so far has blown my mind.
I've watched it like 3 times as well, and I'm so up for watching it again.
We're going to have to cut that. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, for your sake, Terry.
How many times
How
many times have you watched Star Wars?
How many times have I watched Star Wars? The Star Wars? You have to be more specific.
Well, just the whole series. Like, how many times do you
Wear it with pride, Matt. Wear it with pride.
I'm watching it right now. You think this podcast is the only thing I'm doing? I've got it like up on like 10. I've got all 6 movies.
See the beauty,
8 movies on the screen.
You're distracted.
The beauty of watching Star Wars so much, Terry, is that we can now just close our eyes and see the whole movie in our minds.
But
man.
wouldn't you want to do that with Blake Lively? Wouldn't you want to close your eyes and see Blake Lively? Oh.
No, I would not want to double cross Ryan Reynolds like that.
That's
like,
fair.
Deadpool's going to come for me.
That's fair. I doubt he'll come for me, but maybe you.
There's only one man that I can use to stop Ryan Reynolds, and that's Hugh Jackman.
That's true.
Amazing. We should cut your beard into Wolverine shape.
I'm going to do it for like a Comic-Con, I think. Like one Comic-Con, and then obviously like if I just.
Oh, he's showing off now. He can't hear it, so we can wreck him.
Imagine that bit's not there.
And then you need to stick these bits up a bit more.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, when I gel it.
Yeah.
It's got a bit more Quicksilver, isn't it? But, yeah. We'll make it work.
It's not your best look, but
So I was thinking that when you came onto the Zoom call as well. So
that it's not your best look.
Yeah.
My best look.
Yeah.
Oh no, I look fantastic. Look at me.
Damn, I just like, and she was like,
I'm so sorry, Alexa. Stop. Sorry, my Alexa was reminding me something. I'm very sorry.
That's okay, because I think that's reminding me that we should stop. I think we've had a great discussion about Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yes.
And that's all for the Full Fat podcast today. Next week, Falcon Winter Soldier, episode 3, and the return of the Clone Wars. I've been Matt Whittle of Full Fat Videos. You can catch the YouTube channel Full Fat Videos and the Full Fat podcast. And you can also follow me on Instagram at full_fat_videos for digital art and funky little mashups. And then you can also tell me I suck on Twitter at fullfatvideos.
I'm going to go do that right after this podcast.
Just you suck.
Yeah. I guess I'll go next. You can get me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and Twitch as Terry Merkin, and Letterboxd as Terrell.
Nice. That's you can find me on YouTube at Your Favourite Film Is Awful, where, you know, after you've listened to this podcast, you can go over and listen to me talk about Heat, the Michael Mann classic. Over on YouTube at Your Favourite Film Is Awful. You can talk to me at Twitter at FabFilm Is Awful, on Instagram Your Favourite Film Is Awful, and Facebook Your Favourite Film Is Awful. Yeah, I appreciate the subscribe, all that jazz.
The real question is your favourite film awful?
My favourite film? Well, it's up to
Yes.
the people to decide.
His favourite film is the Snyder Cut.
Then yes.
Yes.
Because obviously last week he loved it so much. I think the perfect way to finish this podcast would be for me and Charlie to have a staring contest. So,
Okay.
you ready? I'm going to get my chair ready.
Yeah.
Right, okay, you ready?
Okay.
All right. 3.
I'll be the therapist.
All right, okay.
Wait, you're both facing the same way.
Are we?
Oh no.
Okay, we'll get a... Oh, I've looked away now. I've lost.
Oh, so, no, I already looked away, don't worry. I think you actually won. Because when she said that, I was like, what? Distracted.
But if like this was a scene, you'd both just be like staring at the wall, like this is our staring contest. You wouldn't be staring at each other.
Well, I imagine like Harry would stick us next to each other, wouldn't he? So we're like faced.
Yeah, but even then, you're facing the same way.
That was quite
You're not
possibly
facing this way. You're facing that way.
But we...
On mine, we were
We'll
facing
just-
the same way.
Yeah.
We were facing each other.
On
depends.
mine, so you'll have to use one of yours because I think it's flipped for everybody else.
Well, you know what? We'll get Harry Bag to flip horizontal. It's an easy effect on Premiere, and
Uses
then no one will ever
magic.
know.
Exactly.
And, yeah. But we'll leave this discussion in so that people know that it was faked.
Yes.
That was possibly the worst ending to a podcast ever, but I'm going to top it now by suggesting that you should watch... If you're going to watch Heat, you should watch the first hour of Batman Forever, then watch Heat, then watch the last hour of Batman Forever, because then you'll get Val Kilmer's shooting schedule, because he shot Heat in between Batman Forever.
Forever, which is amazing.
It'll be a great viewing experience. That's a double feature that I'd like to see. Batman, Heat, Forever.
I would love to see that. Love to see it.